Hey Bougie click. We live in a world where beauty often seems like the golden ticket to privilege. But can appearances really protect us in love and life? From Hollywood's red carpets to the feeds of social media influencers, the allure of pretty privilege is undeniable. Yet, behind those glamorous facades lies a reality that's more complex, and sometimes, far more painful. Join us as we explore why self-worth is the real key to happiness, and the surprising stories of stunning women who faced betrayal and heartbreak, proving that beauty is not an unbreakable shield. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get into it.
I'ma make you a fan.
Pretty without privilege, beauty, worth, and relationship treatment. We live in a world obsessed with pretty faces and curated images. From red carpets to TikTok, being conventionally attractive seems like the ultimate fast pass to life's privileges: better pay, more Instagram followers, and a queue of admirers ready to slide into your DMs. But if you think beauty is an ironclad shield against heartbreak or mistreatment, especially in romantic relationships, darling, you are in for a rude, and much-needed, awakening. Real privilege isn't about your reflection, it's about self-worth and knowing you deserve to be loved, respected, and chosen, just as you are. What is pretty privilege in relationships? Let's kick off with the basics. Pretty privilege refers to the unearned advantages handed to people deemed physically attractive by society's ever-shifting standards. It's why attractive folks may get more job offers, lighter sentences in court, or an extra shot of tequila bought for them at the bar for no reason besides their face. In relationships, it's supposed to mean easier dating, a wider pool of potential partners, and the assumption that your love life is practically perfect. But like a Kardashian with minimal makeup, the truth behind pretty privilege is far more complicated, and sometimes downright tragic, than it appears on the surface. The perks often come at the expense of authenticity, respect, and meaningful connections, especially when people pursue you just for exterior appeal. Beauty might open doors, but it won't guarantee what's on the other side is healthy, fulfilling, or real. The double-edged sword: psychological research on beauty and relationships. Let's not sugarcoat it, being attractive does grant certain privileges. Decades of research confirm that the so-called halo effect leads people to attribute all sorts of positive qualities to someone just because they're good-looking. Beauty is seen as a signpost for health, sociability, intelligence, and moral virtue, even when there's zero evidence for any of those things. Gorgeous people get preference in hiring, higher salaries, and more smiles from strangers. This is real, pervasive, and supported by everything from controlled psychological studies to TikTok testimonies. However, research also exposes the hidden tax of pretty privilege, particularly in love. While the desirable partner effect is real, more dates, more initial attention, actual relationship health and happiness are far more complicated. Pretty privilege can make it hard to form genuine connections. People may date the beautiful but not see them for who they are. Partners might focus on appearances, creating shallow bonds that lack depth. Worse, attractive women are sometimes seen as less trustworthy, or alternately, as trophy partners to be shown off, rather than valued for their inner qualities. Some studies suggest that highly attractive people are more likely to be cheated on, or at least, that their partners often assume infidelity is more likely because they could have anybody. Meanwhile, less conventionally attractive partners are not automatically kinder, more faithful, or more appreciative. Insecurity, resentment, or a need to prove something can drive toxic behavior regardless of looks. Other key research findings: body surveillance and relationship satisfaction. The more a partner surveils or judges another's body, the lower the relationship satisfaction for both partners, regardless of attractiveness. Self-perceived worth, self-worth and perception of being valued are stronger predictors of healthy romantic satisfaction than outward attractiveness. Societal bias: pretty privilege is closely tied to race, gender, and socioeconomic status, and is just as easily weaponized or envied as it is admired. So next time you catch yourself thinking, "She's a 10, why would he cheat on her?" remind yourself, the science says beauty might help you get the date, but it won't keep your partner faithful or make them a better human. The social media feedback loop: beauty, validation, and pressure. Social media is both the amplifier and the poison drip for pretty privilege. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok have turned beauty into a measurable currency. Likes, follows, and brand deals pour in for those who meet trending standards. Hashtags like #prettyprivilege and #glowup are everywhere, with millions watching before and after transformations or stories of doors opening just because someone is pretty. But, as many have shared, being visibly attractive comes with downsides. Objectification, you become valued, and often devalued, only for your looks. People might not see your intellect, humor, or vulnerability. Jealousy and isolation, beautiful women report being envied, excluded, or backstabbed by friends. Romantic partners may express suspicion or possessiveness. Pressure to maintain, the loss, or mere threat of losing one's beauty can create anxiety, disordered eating, and body dysmorphia. Many admit they keep exercising obsessively just so I can still enjoy the privilege, but it becomes both a prison and a performance. Lack of authentic connection, it can be deeply lonely at the top. As one TikTok star and several BuzzFeed respondents have observed, the more attractive you are, the more people assume you are mean, vain, or asking for it, creating a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Knowing your worth, the real foundation of romantic privilege. So, what actually constitutes real privilege in relationships? Newsflash, it isn't about meeting a beauty standard, it's about self-worth and respect. Psychological studies and relationship experts are unanimous. Those who know their worth, set boundaries, and demand respect, regardless of looks, experience healthier, happier love lives. What is self-worth in relationships? Self-worth is your internal sense of being valuable, lovable, and deserving of good things, including respect, tenderness, and fidelity. Unlike self-esteem, which depends on external accomplishments, self-worth isn't about what others see in you, it's about the standards you set for how you must be treated. People with strong self-worth. Choose partners who value them for their whole selves, not just their outer shell. Set and maintain healthy boundaries. Walk away from relationships, no matter how glamorous or high status, when treated poorly. Experience greater intimacy, equal partnership, and satisfaction. Conversely, low self-worth often leads to staying in unhealthy relationships, accepting mistreatment, or overgiving in hopes of being chosen or loved. You might be a 10, but if you don't believe you're worthy of loyalty and respect, you'll accept less, and you'll get less. The real recipe for romantic privilege. The actual privilege in love is not being pretty, it's knowing you're enough, exactly as you are, and refusing to settle. As countless pop psychologists, therapists, and real people on Reddit declare, looks have nothing to do with how someone will treat you. People will treat you as well as they treat themselves, no matter their level of physical beauty. So, love yourself best, so you can love someone else well. The receipts, stunning women who weren't shielded by beauty. The best rebuttal to the myth that beauty protects you in love? The jaw-dropping number of gorgeous, globally admired women who were publicly betrayed, cheated on, or mistreated by partners, sometimes serially. These examples aren't just tabloid fodder. They are living proof that conventional attractiveness is not a get-out-of-heartbreak-free card. Let's break down just a few cases. Brace yourself. Jennifer Aniston, America's sweetheart, serially wronged. The poster child for beautiful woman gets burned has to be Jennifer Aniston. Her beauty, charisma, and wit have been idolized for decades, yet her relationships read like a cautionary tale. Brad Pitt, their fairy tale Hollywood marriage imploded amid relentless rumors that Pitt fell for Angelina Jolie during, or possibly before, filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Public speculation and tabloid scrutiny never let up, and Aniston, despite choosing to believe her husband hadn't cheated, admitted in interviews that she was blindsided and deeply hurt by how quickly Pitt and Jolie went public post-split. Jolie later acknowledged that she and Pitt grew close on set, and Aniston said publicly that parts of Pitt's emotional, if not physical, infidelity were incredibly painful and uncool. Justin Theroux. Aniston's later marriage to actor Justin Theroux ultimately ended in divorce, with media reports of her feeling cheated when Theroux got happily remarried, reminding us that beauty offered no lasting protection or exclusive claim over her partner's affections. Relationships after 40. Despite being among the most sought-after women in the world, Aniston's romantic life has been relentlessly picked apart, and she has spoken openly about her heartbreak, therapy, and the challenge of not taking everything personally, a powerful reminder that beauty offers no immunity to pain, media scrutiny, or betrayal. Angelina Jolie, from femme fatale to betrayed and isolated. Angelina Jolie, long dubbed the world's most beautiful woman, is another A-list example that beauty does not insulate you against mistreatment or betrayal. Brad Pitt divorce. After being heralded as Hollywood's power couple, their marriage imploded amid allegations not just of infidelity, but domestic abuse. Recent court documents and interviews show Jolie referencing betrayal, abuse, and deep isolation, even suggesting that she's been betrayed a lot and trusts very few people. Isolation and mistrust. Jolie has spoken about her circle getting smaller, citing pain, betrayal, and an inability to rely on others. She's ugly cried in interviews about feeling unsupported and alone, reinforcing that beauty and fame can just as easily breed isolation as adoration. Khloe Kardashian, the poster queen of public betrayal. If there's ever been a masterclass in being publicly humiliated despite being beautiful, it's Khloe Kardashian's romantic history. Lamar Odom, her marriage to the NBA star ended after he admitted to serial infidelity with multiple women and substance abuse. Khloe later said her one regret was having multiple affairs with different women, and that if I could go back, I would not have done it. Tristan Thompson, the hits kept coming. Thompson cheated on Khloe repeatedly, including while she was pregnant. There were multiple cheating scandals over the years, well documented by reality TV and the press, from hookah lounge videos, to cheating with family friends, to fathering another child while reconciled with Khloe. Thompson's apologies included phrases like, "You don't deserve the heartache and humiliation I have caused you. My actions certainly have not lined up with the way I view you. I have the utmost respect and love for you, regardless of what you may think. Again, I am so incredibly sorry." Side note, if he respected her, maybe he should have kept it zipped. Ownership and self-worth. Despite widespread sympathy, Khloe has declared, "I am not ashamed of being cheated on by exes. What was done to me was not about me, it was about them. They have past trauma they've never healed from. I just learned it wasn't about me." Beyoncé still got played, even at the top. If there was a single woman whose fame, fortune, and physical beauty should have shielded her from heartbreak, it's Beyoncé. But nope. Jay-Z's infidelity. The world was shaken when Beyoncé released Lemonade, her masterwork about betrayal, pain, and choosing to stay and rebuild. Her lyrics and visuals, plus an elevator showdown with her sister Solange and Jay-Z, made it clear something serious went down. Jay-Z later admitted publicly to cheating. "The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you caused and then having to deal with yourself." Surviving and thriving. Lemonade's cult status proves that even pop queens aren't immune. Beyoncé spun heartbreak into art and forged a stronger marriage, but the sting of betrayal will never fully leave, nor will the proof that being pretty means nothing if your partner isn't committed to growing with you. And the list goes on. Let's be clear, this is not a woe is me cry for the rich and beautiful. It's a blunt illustration that beauty cannot shield anyone from a partner's issues, choices, or cruelty. Other famous women who were cheated on, mistreated, or publicly humiliated, often in the very moment the world viewed them as goddesses, include Halle Berry, multiple partners, including husband Eric Benet, admitted to cheating. Eva Longoria, cheated on by Tony Parker, prompting her to publicly examine her own worth. Britney Spears, betrayed by partners who were less famous and arguably also less conventionally attractive. Sandra Bullock, cheated on by Jesse James with several women across their marriage. Kim Kardashian, Madonna, Jessica Simpson, Jennifer Garner, Kristen Stewart, and more. The list of high-profile, beautiful women who have been publicly wronged is truly endless and documented in reputable news outlets, not just tabloids. The pretty privilege paradox. Is anyone truly protected by looks? If beauty was really such an invincible shield, wouldn't all less conventionally attractive women be stumbling their way into perfect marriages, while 10 strut around crying into their diamond necklaces? Real-world experience and social science say otherwise. Reddit speaks, pretty is not equal to privilege in love. Millions of women, and men, swap horror stories on Reddit and forums about dating men who were less attractive than them, only to find those relationships marred by infidelity, insecurity, and emotional abuse. Consider these gems. I dated a conventionally unattractive man, and he treated me worse than anyone else I've ever been with. Been nagged and insulted out of nowhere when they feel threatened. Been shown as a trophy to friends and relatives. Love bombed and treated like a fun little project for the time being. The guys I've met who've been considered unattractive always treated me way worse. My ex was mentally, verbally, and at the end became physically abusive. By the way. Sorry I left that out. The consensus, unattractive does not mean nice, just as beautiful does not mean safe or admired. Looks don't determine decency. Repeat it for the folks in the back. Psychological factors at play. Insecurities, trauma, low self-esteem, and unhealthy attachment styles show up across the spectrum of attractiveness. Studies and anecdotal evidence together reveal that insecurity is the real relationship killer, and it's not exclusive to the less attractive partner. Messy, unhealed people will project, sabotage, or betray regardless of how hot their partner is. The real privilege lies in choosing and being chosen by someone who is emotionally healthy and ready for real love. Real pretty privilege, when someone sees and treats you as priceless. Anyone, regardless of convention, can experience pretty privilege in a relationship if their partner truly values them, sees their worth, and treats them accordingly. It's less about beauty and more about mutual recognition, care, and respect. The love is blind bias and relationship satisfaction. Surprise, research confirms that people who feel valued and attractive in their partner's eyes are more satisfied and secure in their relationships, regardless of outsider opinions. In healthy relationships, partners regularly rate each other as more attractive than outside observers do, a phenomenon called the love is blind bias. This sense of validation and being cherished drives genuine satisfaction and long-term happiness. Mutual validation is the real glow-up. When your partner reflects back to you that you are beautiful, valued, and chosen, inside and out, that is the real romantic privilege. This kind of connection is open to everyone, no matter their facial symmetry, hip-to-waist ratio, or cheekbone situation. It's what you get from setting standards, honoring your needs, and being with someone who does the same. You don't chase either attention or approval, you choose each other, flaws, quirks, morning breath, and all. Tossing the old narrative. Let's close out with the direct, matter-of-fact, and maybe slightly spicy truths you need to remember. Being pretty is not a force field. If beauty could block mistreatment, cheating, or heartbreak, the world's most stunning women would never have to write breakup albums or call their therapists. Privilege in love is about self-worth and standards. If you don't demand respect and are willing to walk away from poor treatment, your pretty isn't doing the heavy lifting, your value is. People treat you as well as they treat themselves. Relying on someone else's perception for your value is the quickest way to lose yourself, regardless of which side of the league you think you're in. Social media adds pressure, not love. No number of followers or external validation will give you the privilege that comes from choosing yourself first. Celebrities are not the exception, they're the rule writ large. Public betrayal, cheating, and mistreatment happen to the beautiful, famous, and ordinary alike. Character, not contour, determines how you'll be treated. The privilege is being loved well, not being looked at. Find partners who honor, uplift, and choose you daily. That is the only pretty privilege that counts in the end. Conclusion. Instead of wondering why a 10 got cheated on by a 7, focus on the standards you are setting for your own life. Commit to loving yourself hard enough that you never settle for less than the real thing: respect, partnership, and dazzling, unconditional love. Privilege is knowing your worth and refusing to let anyone, no matter how cute or out of your league, make you forget it. You don't need to win the genetic lottery to be chosen, cherished, or respected in love. You just need to know you're already enough and never, ever let anyone treat you otherwise. Thank you for tuning in to Pretty Without Privilege, Beauty, Worth, and Relationship Treatment. I hope this deep dive into the complexities of pretty privilege and its impact on relationships has given you a fresh perspective. Remember, true privilege comes from knowing your worth and demanding respect, not from fitting into society's narrow beauty standards. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences and insights on this topic. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember, you are enough just as you are. See you in the next video. What do you think? Can you be pretty and not get privileges? Let me know in the comments section. Stay bougie. Follow and support me. All links in bio. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check description for more info. New episodes every day.